what I do know is he was DMing like girls, and I saw some of those messages, and I think that's the most hurtful part is like, what was your game plan all along? So I don't know. He was telling me one thing, doing another.
Bachelorette Jenn Tran is not holding back. The leading lady of season 21 made an appearance on former Bachelorette Kaitlyn Bristow's Off the Vine podcast and spilled the tea on her ex Devin Strader's red flags after filming, while also clarifying their timeline.
You proposed, which was the thing that like when I interviewed at CMA Fest, were you two together?
Yeah, we were together at CMA Fest.
Okay, so that was the thing that you were like, nothing like this has ever happened on my season. It was that you proposed.
Yes, that was the big thing. Yeah.
Okay, and now were there red flags leading up to all of this, or walk me through the timeline.
Yeah, so we had he had officially ended our engagement in the beginning of August. I think it was like August 1st, probably. But leading up to that breakup, yeah, there were definitely, I guess, red flags. I owed it all to like, we were long distance. We just came off of a reality TV show. Like there's an adjustment period. And for me, I was being very gracious with that, with the fact that like, we have so much love for each other, but we just got to figure out how to make this work in the real world. It's like, we have to keep dating each other. We have to keep learning about each other. And making that effort can be hard sometimes when he's never been in a long distance relationship before. So yeah, I was making excuses for him. I was like, oh, he didn't call me for 18 hours, like, and I don't know where he is. Like, it's okay. Like, he's probably just, I don't know. And like, and that happened a lot. And so it was tough. There were so many scenarios going on in my head during that time. I was like, does he not love me anymore? Is he cheating on me? Is he doing this and that? Like, and I just, each time, I don't know, like forgave it and was just like, you know what, we're long distance. He doesn't know how to use a phone. And I don't know.
Oh, you little angel.
Jenn went on to describe the changes she saw in her former fiance, including that she noticed a lack of effort.
I wasn't putting in effort into our relationship. Like we never had a date night in the time that we were like long distance. Like, yes, we had these happy couples, but like he never was like, oh, let's just get on the phone and like talk, or let's get on the phone and do this together. It'd be fun. Like we never did that in the 2 months after the show that we were dating.
Was he a complete different person as who you met on the show to who he was in real life?
Yeah and no, but yeah, like, I mean, the person that I thought I was getting on the show and had promised my life to was this lover boy who was so in love, who was promising me the world, was going to move anywhere for me, was going to make anything work, and I was going to do the same for him. And then almost immediately after we got engaged, it was like, wait, he was like, I never said that I wanted to move to California. Like, I actually don't, like, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is, I thought you had told me that and like meant that. And then it was suddenly like, no, I don't want to get married so quick. Like, let's like wait. And I was like, okay, that's fine too. But it was just like one thing after another. His words that he was saying to me seemed like things that he just wanted to say to please me in the moment and not actually follow through on.
Kaitlyn then asked Jenn about the rumors that Devin had been DMing other girls.
On your Glamour interview, you mentioned, hearing rumors about Devin DMing other girls. Did any girl come forward to you ever? I heard that Ashley I knew someone that he was reaching out to. Like, obviously he followed Maria from Bachelor Nation, which that's also kicking you while you're down. Like, has anyone come forward to you?
A couple, yes. And there are still some things that I just don't know if happened or not. And I'm just, I don't have a card to play. So I'm going to just wait and see like what actually happened. And if it comes out, it comes out. What I do know is he was DMing like girls, and I saw some of those messages. And I think that's the most hurtful part is like, what was your game plan all along? So I don't know. He was telling me one thing, doing another. He was like, when he had broken up with me, he was like, you know what, like, I really want you to know, like, I'm taking this time to work on me. Like, I don't know why I couldn't deliver all these promises, and like, I want to be able to do that. And like, he made it seem like the door was open. He's like, I'm happy we're on good terms. I'm happy this is like salvageable if in the future, like whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I want you to know, like, I'm not going to just be out here like hooking up with girls, like whatever. And then I find out he's DMing all these girls, and it's just, I don't even know who he is anymore. So
the 26-year-old also spoke about how she felt watching the proposal back with her ex in the season's final episode, which many online had called cruel since she was visibly upset.
I mean, I will say this, like, they're very conscientious of like my feelings around that day and how anxious I was. So I was walked through every single part of what was going to happen that day, right? Like, they tried to make me feel as comfortable as possible, but I didn't know how emotional I was going to be. I have never cried in a room of that many people before. I've never cried in a room of one person before, let alone that many people. So like, I didn't know what my emotions were going to do and how that was all going to feel. But I did in that moment want to sit next to him and watch that. When they told me that was going to happen, I said, that is great, because I need him to rewatch those moments that we lived together, because throughout the whole breakup, I feel like he was kind of dismissing the fact that he had led me to believe all these like proclamations of love that he had made for me. I felt like he was dismissing them, and I felt like he was saying like, I just don't feel this way anymore. But I'm like, why would you say things like that if you never meant them in the first place? Like, that to me is something I can't wrap my head around. And I don't even know if he had been watching the show like that closely. So yeah, I wanted him to watch that moment and to realize how badly he had hurt me, because I don't know in what world somebody can get down on a knee and promise your life to somebody and then the next day not actually mean those things.
Right.
Jenn added that she had initially reached out to Devin after the finale, but then started to get more messages from other women.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I had reached out to him after and just like wanted to wish him the best, and then I started getting DMs from girls and all this stuff that made me upset, and I just like, I was done. So we haven't talked. No. After that, I'm like, there's no excusing for that behavior. So I'm done.
Elsewhere in the podcast, Jenn admitted that she has seen self-growth from going through this situation and is ultimately proud of how she handled everything.
I am someone that always wants to see the best in people, and I continuously did so with him even after we had broken up for a month. Like, and you know what, I don't fault myself for doing that, because I have such a big heart, and that love for me was so real, and that's the kind of person I am. I will fight for somebody that I love and wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Like, I am so proud of myself and the way that I've handled this, and the way that I know my true intentions, and I know how genuine and sincere of a person I am, that I'm proud of it. And there's nothing, I don't have any regrets, you know. The season played out the way it was supposed to, and I made mistakes on the season, I'm sure, let things slide that I shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, the person that I thought I was marrying was somebody else, you know.
Jenn and Caitlin also touched upon why she felt upset with Devin following former Bachelor contestant Maria Gorgas, while clarifying that she doesn't think anything happened between the two.
I personally don't think anything happened with Devin and Maria. I think he was being a bit of a jackass and like went and followed her for whatever reason, and that's fine. I don't think anything happened, and I never insinuated that, and I didn't want to have her be a part of this narrative, because I know that there's not more to it. I just was like, that was a hurtful thing for him to do. Like, it was his little MO, whatever it was, like, that was his action and his thing. Like, I don't think she did anything. I don't know. So I have no idea where that Instagram story came from and what she has to say. And hey, I'll listen when she has to say something.
So you haven't like talked to her personally?
No, because I don't think that anything happened. So I wasn't like out here texting her being like, oh my God, did you do something with Devin? Like, no, I don't think that.
Devin has yet to respond to Jenn's comments as of September 10th, but she's already moving on to the ballroom. Now that her season has wrapped, Jenn is heading to Dancing with the Stars. The new season will premiere September 17th at 8/7 Central.